Hey everybody, say my name is Samuel and I represent Mo Beat Blues. And we got this thing that's called Mo Beat Blues News Online. And what's it about is about interviewing different local musicians, artists from all sorts of different things that one would do. And it don't make no difference what you do. We want to get it on video. And to help you to get to the point where other people get to see your craft and maybe even get you a job. And so we were kindly invited by a musician here in Valparaiso, a local musician that does classical, jazz, and a whole bunch of other things. He's even got a couple tunes on his that he wrote himself, some of his originals. So we'd like to say thank you for letting us come to your house. This is Mario Moreno, and he's a guitarist. Thank you, Mario.
No, thank you, Sam.
Yeah, man, it's always nice to get to hear you and see you and your performance. And I'm sure a lot of people already know you just by your name because you've been doing this for a couple of years. How long have you been doing it now?
Oh, gosh, I've been playing like 43 years almost.
Ooh, man, yeah. Well, that is a long time. That is a long time. And it shows. It shows because there's a lot of work. I've seen you play. You showed me some of your songs and everything. And the different type of chords that you play in there is just, you know, I'm not going to say I'm a guitarist. I play a guitar. That's what I do. And, yeah, you know, I can't even stretch my fingers that far. How did you get to learn those? What did you do to start learning those type of chords?
Oh, I guess it's just a desire to do something that's a little more complicated than your average pop tune. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, when you started to play the guitar, what made you say, well, you know what? I want to play classical. I want to play jazz. What made you, because I'm sure back then, at the time that you started, was about rock and roll, wasn't it?
Yeah, I played with a band for like 4 years, and we were pretty good. But right about then, everybody started graduating from high school and started going their own ways. Some went to the mill, some went to the service, some went to college, some got their girlfriends pregnant.
That always happens.
Yeah, so you know, the band split up, and I had to decide what am I going to do to stay in music, and not have to depend on other musicians to do my own thing. So
that's kind of hard, isn't it?
Yeah, Well, I decided that I was going to study classical guitar, because I knew that classical guitarists don't ever really need anybody to play with because they play all the parts.
Right.
The bass, melody, and rhythm.
Yeah. Man, it's like you got to split your mind in 3 different ways.
Well,
you know?
It's how you go about it. You know, it's baby steps, actually.
And that makes me want to ask you this question. When you're in there playing, and you're playing the melody, the bass, the solo part, you're playing it all, and somebody comes up to you and tries to ask you a question, does that kind of throws you off or no?
It depends on how complicated the song is or how hard the song is for me to play. If it's a really difficult song to play and they come up and try to ask me something, sometimes I just get thrown off altogether.
Yeah, you know, as a singer for myself, when I'm singing and somebody comes up to me and asks me something, I lose it right away. It's hard to focus when you have to take your attention off of what you're doing.
Right.
You know, it's unreal sometimes.
Well, unless it's a song that I've been playing for like 20-something years. It's a cinch. I don't even have to think about it.
Yeah. And when you started playing the jazz, or when you said you started to learn classical, did somebody teach you, or you taught yourself?
I took lessons from Joel Henderson from Crown Point.
Okay.
Then I studied at the Chicago Conservatory.
Oh, okay. Now, this guy here that you mentioned, Joe, was he a teacher at IU? Was he a musical teacher at IU?
I don't
Was that the same one?
No, I don't.
No.
Well, it may be. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know what he's been doing lately. But
Yeah.
he's a great guitar player.
Because that name sounds so familiar.
It's Joel.
Joel, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I think I had a couple of friends that were trying to get lessons off of him because he was a fantastic guitar player.
Oh, I'm sure he still is.
Yeah. So you went from classical and then you went to jazz, and how did that come about?
Well, what happened was at one time I was strictly classical, but it was really hard to get work that way.
Oh.
I was just kind of banging my head against a brick wall to try to get work, and once I started playing pop tunes and jazz and other types of music, then it started happening. The jobs started coming.
Yeah. And so you've been in the paper several times. I seen your how you call that, the book that has all of your
The portfolio?
Portfolio, yeah, right. It slipped out of my mind. That portfolio is thick. It's just like a book, let me tell you. He's been around for a long time. He's got a lot of stuff in there. And so when you started to play, you were determined then that you didn't need nobody else, or did you try to get a band after that?
I played probably for like about 15 or 20 years just solo, and every now and then I try to get together with a couple musicians, just so I can let my hair down a little. I rarely get a chance to do that.
Yeah. And how did that didn't work?
It never works. For some reason, it never works for me. I'm just too, I'm just too into the solo thing.
Yeah. You're doing what you know best, and that's yourself and what you got in your mind. And that makes it, real good for everybody else who listens to your stuff, because that's what they want to hear. A lot of times it's not about a band. It's not about how they're jumping and hopping. It's about what you got to offer to the people. That's what's important.
Which is mostly dinner type music.
And
dinner background.
Yeah, and like how many gigs did you got off of that? If just suppose it's just only dinner music, people like that. So they're going to call you, they're going to talk to you about getting gigs for different things. Am I right?
Right.
Yeah. I'm sure you got a lot of gigs out of that.
Well, how do you think I earned all these guitars?
There you go.
My music?
There you go. So it's amazing. It's amazing what you do. All right, we're back here with Mario. We're at his home. He invited us over. As you can see, if my cameraman take around and take a look at all the guitars that he's got here, we're in like a museum. He's got these guitars as he was playing, and from my understanding, I think you sold a couple of them too, haven't you?
Yeah, I sold a couple like here in the last few weeks. I'm getting overrun by guitars. I really need to get rid of some. I mean, I can only play one at a time.
Yeah. And he's also got some guitars in the other room as well. So we're like in a museum of guitars, folks. We sure are. And we're going to hear some songs from him in a little bit. But let's get back on with the interview. Know more about Mario. Were you born and raised here in this area?
Yeah, I was born in East Chicago, Indiana, and grew up in Gary.
You grew up in Gary?
Gary, Indiana.
Okay. And do you have any of your best friends that play guitar that you grew up with? Is any of them still around?
Most of my friends are musicians.
Oh, yeah. That is amazing, isn't it? You have to have friends like that, It's just like sometimes I even call up Mario, get a pointer or two about a chord or something that I may not be able to understand it, and he explains it to me, and I go from there. So he helps me out. So I'm sure musicians always helping out one another, and that makes it really enjoyable. Now, what would you rather play? Nylon or the steel strings? What would you rather play with?
Well, actually, I like both of them because you can get a totally different effect out of nylon strings than you can steel strings.
I see.
But that's why when I do a gig, I take two guitars. I take a nylon string and a steel string, and I'm constantly switching. I do a song on the nylon string, and I switch off to the steel string. And every other one's the steel string, so
Yeah.
I'm like constantly switching off, so I don't get boring.
Yeah, yeah. That's the last thing you want,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
What was the worst job you ever had as far as a gig of playing music?
The worst job I ever had was when I got taken by like the boss that didn't want to pay. The boss that didn't pay.
Oh, why is that?
So, because they scam you.
Isn't that
I've gotten
something?
scammed a couple times.
Is that right? Wow, man, that's
So you
something-
talk about a
that's-
bad gig. That's a bad gig. I mean,
Yeah.
I did my best playing, and
Yeah.
at the end, I didn't even get paid. The boss disappeared.
Oh man, to this day you never.
No,
Wow.
never got paid for it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how to say that I ran into the same thing, but I got done with the gig on a festival, and they told me they'll send me my check. I never heard of that on a festival, so I'm just waiting to see if I get paid for that. And I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. It's 3 days, and when they tell you they already got it mailed out, you would think they would be here soon.
Well, that's that old cliche, the checks in the mail.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see. He's a man of his word, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I understand what you're saying about that would be your worst
Yeah,
gig.
that's what you asked. What was the worst
That's
gig?
right.
That's it.
That's right. I understand it perfectly. Now, you are also a teacher in guitar. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how does this play into your life?
Oh, I gotta share what I know.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
really gotta share what I know, and a lot of people benefit from it.
Yeah.
I have a class starting up at Maryville High School the 10th.
Mm-hmm. Can anybody join in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you do to get to sign up?
You call the school. You call the administration.
At Maryville High School. Okay. And then they'll lead you to what you got to do. And where else do you do teaching at?
I teach here.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How did that come about?
Let's see, the folks that complete the class at the high school,
Yeah.
if they want to continue studying, they come here.
Oh, wow. And what is the youngest and what has been the oldest student that you had?
The youngest was 4 years old,
4 years old.
and I didn't get too far with him because
No.
his attention span was too short. My oldest student was 83 years old.
83. Wow. Isn't that something? And how did that turn out?
He actually learned.
Did he?
Yeah.
Is he still playing today? Did you know?
That was like back in '91.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Some time ago.
Yeah, it's been a while. But do you have fun teaching your students?
I love teaching.
Yeah? What do you get out of it when you're teaching them?
What do I get out of it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fun just from the start,
Yeah.
From beginning to end, I'm having a blast.
Yeah. Do you have a recital or anything like that for your students?
No, when I have the class come here, I'll have them play for each other or even accompany each other.
I see. And do you give them any certificates or anything? Do they get any awards?
No, I just give them a slap on the back.
Nice job. Keep it up. And when you have it here, is there any time that the season is closed or anything, or does it go year round?
All year round, except for when it snows real bad.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't had that in a while.
Yeah. Thank goodness. Yeah, I'm not bad. And so then you don't have no certain cutoff points or anything. Anybody can join at any time here.
Well, yeah, they can, but they have to be up to the level, though.
I see. What do you consider level?
I teach the basics at the school, and anything after that, they can come here. And if somebody that hasn't taken the class, they at least have to know the basics, or I'll give them private lessons until they get up to that level where they can join the class.
Would you recommend that they go to Maryville High School first before they come here?
Not necessarily.
No. Oh, okay. Because you said you would teach them anyways.
Well, if they need to get up to the level, then I'll teach them.
I see. And what is the beginning? What is the would you consider the beginning of learning how to play guitar? The basic before they come in here.
Oh, before they come here, basic chords, the major scale, pentatonic scale, chromatic scale. Yeah, that's pretty much the basics right there.
I don't know that. You know.
Sure you do. You just don't know. You just don't know. You know.
That's too much for me already.
You know.
Well, you know what? We like to hear something from you, if it's okay.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Well, come on, bring it on. I want you. And the song that you're gonna play, or are you just gonna play some?
I'm not really too sure. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna play. And you know, when I do a gig, people ask me like, "What song do you start with?" I never know. I just whatever I feel like.
Yeah, and you're going to use one of these guitars here?
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey everybody, my name is Samuel. Yep, and we're doing an interview with Mario Moreno. We're not finished with it. We're going to hear him play guitar. I just wanted to remind you folks that you can go to mobeatblues.com and you can see all the interviews there on News Online. A little tab that says News Online. You can click that and you can see all the rest of the interviews. Well, he's got his guitar. Let's check him out. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the interview. Bye-bye. Later. So, we're back here again at Mario Moreno's house. It's a pleasure being here with you again. And thank you for letting us come into your
it's my
home
pleasure, Sam.
and see your world, right?
Oh, you're all right.
All right. Well, he's going to do a song for us. And explain a little bit what you're going to do, if it's a song or if it's just out of your head.
This is called Recuerdos de la Alhambra.
Oh, okay.
And
Remember?
It is about a sacred mosque in Spain.
Oh, okay.
And it's written by Francisco Tárrega.
Oh, all right.
But I think it's harder to pronounce than it is to play.
Yeah. All right. We're at your disposal. tune. Now, how long did it take you to learn that tune and the chords, all those chords that you played? How long did it take?
Oh gosh, I learned that some time ago. And back then, it used to only take me like a couple of days to learn a song.
Back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so now, is it difficult now to learn a song?
It still takes just a couple of days, but for me to get the song up to tempo, that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Because something that complex, it's really hard to get up to tempo where you can actually keep a beat to it.
Yeah.
That's the hard part of the song.
And that's just like here. It didn't sound like you slowed up any nowhere. It sounded all pretty much even. You know, that's what I call that. That's the natural of your gift. That's just you. That's your ability. You know. I mean, you got it. Yes, it's true. You have to know, learn, and study the guitar and everything else that goes with it. But a lot of it also takes you as an individual, your natural ability.
Well, everybody's got their own niche, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody's good at something.
At something. There you go.
No matter what it is.
Yeah. All right, folks. Hey, again, we're here at Mario Moreno's house, and when you started playing all of your music throughout your whole life, what can you say that you enjoy the best of everything which you've gotten to this point? What do you enjoy the most?
The gratification of being able to play by myself.
Oh, man.
And being able to play all the parts without needing anybody to help me.
Man, you know what? I have to agree with you. I have to agree, because I'm a soloist myself, and that is, isn't it? What a joy that is that you're able, you don't have to depend on nobody.
Right, you're independent.
You're independent. That's what it's all about.
That's what I like.
Yeah. Why don't you take us out? Again, everybody, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Samuel. I represent Mo Beat Blues, and we're in the home of Mario Moreno. And again, thank you for letting us come into your home and doing this.
It's always a pleasure, Sam.
Hey, it's
always a pleasure.
My pleasure. And folks, don't forget to have love for one another. Don't forget the others. Till the next time I see you, adios, everybody. Hey, everybody. Glad you guys are still able to hang in there. He's going to do another song as soon as we get back. I just want to remind you folks that don't forget to go to mobeatblues.com and click on the second tab, which is News Online. And there you can see all of our videos, all the other interviews. And you can also go to my music video. And the first one there that I've done, that is a music video with the lyrics. So check it out. It's called Love Me Not, Love Me Do. Hey, till then, have love for one another. Don't forget the others. Till the next time I see you or hear from you, adios.